Yo.
What's up? Y'all know what it is. Regular Reg.
Talk your shit. What's going on?
What's up, man? How it's going? Nah, I took out in the building this time. I took out in the building. I'm testing things out.
Trying to do
I'm testing things out. Yeah, because I thought about it. I was like, let me see what without in the building.
I was waiting, but...
yeah, I saw you waiting. I was like, nah, I baited you, baby.
It's all right. I'm good, man.
You good?
Yeah.
How's your week going?
Pretty, it's the end of the week, so
yeah,
feel fucking amazing.
Can't be better.
Yeah,
can't be happier.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just ready for this year to end. Like, I'm fake ready to skip Christmas. I'm like, yo, let's cancel all of that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big, like, celebratory person. I'm not crazy. You see me for my birthday. But I do enjoy, like, the fake love during the holiday season.
Yes.
We just always so fucking like negative with each other all the time that when the holiday season comes by, I'm hanging out with my family, I'm hanging out with my friends. Like, it just feels good when you're doing a lot of that. But I'm over that this year, man.
Well,
Fuck
because
this
year I've been with them all year.
Let's just go straight to 2021 and just fucking continue living miserably.
Okay, so to play devil's advocate to this Scrooge
Positive
over
Reg.
here. This Scrooge over here.
That was the setup right there.
You saw the positive.
That was the setup right there.
I came with the positivity dunk coming through right now. So I feel like when I heard the Christmas music in like a store I was in, it felt like normalcy a little bit.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It gave me it felt.
Where are the Christmas lights? I see like one Christmas tree every like 6 blocks. It's like, I'm like, yo, there's nothing going on.
It's just not the same.
So I'm just like,
When I heard the Christmas Carol, I heard the song in the store, and I was just like, I think I was buying stuff. I don't know what I was buying, but I was shopping.
You know what you was buying.
Nah, I don't. I don't even remember what the fuck I was when I heard this song. It might have been Target. I don't know. But I remember I heard, actually, it was the liquor store.
I'm about to say big spender.
There we go. It was a liquor store. Big spender. But yeah, I was in there. You know when I buy liquor, ain't no big spender. Nah. But I was in there. And I heard it. I was just like, "This is what I miss. This is like the world being like
a sense of normalcy."
Yes,
they talk about
it
that
felt nice, but I cannot deny. Like, I had a whole argument with somebody about the whole like how much things positive came from this time and how much things negative came. And I was like, I personally feel like more positive things happened to me during this time individually than I can say happened in the world.
Yeah,
in my personal life.
We had to like think about death and sickness all day. So
yeah, but some people might say
that's not a positive way, and positive things did come. Innovative things came out of this time.
Yeah.
One thing I would say, if you were prepared, now you don't always know what you're going to be prepared for, but if you were prepared, this time period was probably good for you.
Well, to me, it was also, even if you weren't prepared, this time period could have been a time for you to get prepared.
Yeah.
Like, if you set yourself up.
That's fake mentally prepared also.
Yeah.
To be like, all right, you know.
Exactly. It could have set you up to be prepared, to get prepared. You know what I mean? So.
But, you know, if you lost people, if you are, if you're down with, like, a job and there's no unemployment, got sick for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Had a rough time. So
yeah, nah.
It's a mixed bag.
It is, but yeah, it showed me a lot of. The 4 years showed me a lot of bad. This year showed me a lot of bad, and it's some good.
Yeah.
And I will say that I have hope in the success of my future, and where I'm going.
Yeah.
I do not know that I could say I have hope.
For the rest
of the world. I'm sorry, son. This world showed me some.
I'm on that boat, man. I told you, I already went on my rant about the shit niggas be saying. I'm just like,
Obi was over it.
Oh, y'all niggas is on some bullshit
over
right
it. Now. But a lot of things happened that I can say. I was very excited to come in here, man. A lot of things happened this past week.
It's an eventful week.
So we're gonna start lightly. Roy Jones versus Tyson. Mike Tyson, Iron Mike. How did you feel about it?
Oh, I loved it. The fight was actually better than I thought it would be.
It was more competitive.
Yeah, bro. Tyson looked amazing. Like, I did not think he would be like that quick. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Roy Jones walk into the ring. He looked like he was about to get on the grill at a barbecue. I was like,
he had the chocolatas on.
And what's funny was like, I thought, I was like, yo, Roy about to. I saw him walking out. I was like,
Well, no, I already knew because remember when he was getting weighed in, his boxers told me everything you needed to know. He was done. Stick a fork in that man. He gave up. When you saw them Hanes boxers with no kind of tight, think about Iron Mike.
That nigga had on the 1999 boxers.
Yo, he didn't have boxer briefs. He just had boxers. You know what I mean? Yo, your shit. You ever see like when shit is baggy on you?
The baggy boxer.
Iron Mike had on fucking Versace fucking Speedo on, and this man showed up in grown man, old man boxes.
I just came to get paid, man.
It made me laugh because it was almost as if like when you see like I saw somebody say, it's almost as if somebody said to him, "Yo, you know you gotta get weighed in today, right?" And he just woke up like and then ran over.
Luckily for Roy, he's an intelligent fighter.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Because Mike, he looked like he wanted to. Like apparently they're not allowed to knock out.
No, they weren't allowed to.
I think he was willing.
He was willing to take that risk.
You saw the time when he bit his glove.
No, I didn't see I saw the highlights. I didn't see everything.
Oh, yeah. I was like, this nigga want to bite his ear off right now.
Nah, he's hungry. I'm about to say, if I see you bite your glove, I'm going to be like, hey, ref, check him. Ref, check him out. I don't know. He's biting shit. He's biting shit because my ear's not next. It did, it's funny because people forget age is a real thing. Like, Mike was looking good during his training videos. He was. I seen some of his training videos. Shit, I seen some stuff of him showing people moves before his training videos. I was like, damn. So Mike always looked good to me in terms of preparedness and ready for like physical ability and all that. But I will say that people forget that niggas get tired. They was like, yo, first Snoop Dogg was the real winner of this fight. Let's begin there.
Yo, Snoop Dogg, he's about to get a deal all over the place. Yo, shouts out to COVID got mad people some deals.
Yes. And mad people some deals. It got a lot of people like coverage they would have never got before this.
Yeah.
Got some people
New
shot.
Businesses.
You know what I mean? A lot of things happened.
Put a lot of people in jail.
Yes.
I mean, that's not a. It did,
but it did though. But it's like, you know what I mean. So I looked at it. I'm like, guys, Mike's kind of like. I remember when Snoop. I said that because Snoop said, he was like, all right, Unc, look like my two Uncs ready to fight at the barbecue. Go ahead, get him, Unc. And I remember going, that is exactly what this shit looks like, except if both Uncs were boxers.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Nah, Tyson, he was moving quick, like real quick. I was like, damn.
Because people forget that while Tyson wasn't a long fighter, he was like a snake in the fact that he struck. Like he was fast when he struck.
Because of the knockouts. Because of the knockouts, you forget about like the technical side of things. Because all them W's was like what? 15 seconds, and then it was like, all right, you go to the bathroom, the fight is done. Like so.
That's true. You always forget that there was some level of strategy. Wow, why did I fuck that up?
Strategy.
Tragedy. It wasn't tragedy. There was a tragedy though. If we're gonna go with
there
that,
was a full-blown tragedy. Yeah.
What's funny is,
I stopped laughing.
Yo, I want to let y'all know Obi has been laughing for a week straight at these Nate Robinson memes. Son, if y'all didn't know, Nate Robinson fought fuck is that kid's name?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah. I
didn't even know who the fuck Jake Paul
Okay,
is.
I'll give a small background on Jake Paul if for my black listeners that may not be in with
AKA me.
Exactly. So Jake Paul was a former YouTuber. But then he was a Vine person first. He did really good with Vine. Mm-hmm. Then he went to Instagram when Instagram dropped a big dick on Vine and came out with their own videos.
They don't have to move out the way.
It was like childish. Let me show you how it's done. Added 15 seconds to the shit. So he was doing really good with those videos, but then he got to a point where his videos started becoming clout chasey. Mm-hmm. He just started doing wild shit for wild shit's sake. Think of like a white kind of funny version of Boom K, remember? Whole Lie Gang shit, that nigga. So it was like a white version of that. And what ended up happening was he did a couple things that people thought were a little too much, because there was a clout, like,
there
trend.
was a mean clout era.
There was a clout trend
going on
where everybody was doing whatever they could to just get attention, and he was one of them. But he did something where there's a mountain in either Japan or China where it's known, a forest, I believe, that's known for suicides. So it's either they say that a lot of people go there to kill themselves, or a lot of people go there and end up killing themselves. That's the mysterious side of things. He went to one of those to that forest, and I don't know if it was a real body in the tree, if he actually saw someone living. But the video came off as he saw somebody in the tree, and he started doing funny shit with the body, or like taking funny videos or doing something disrespectful. That's where even the clout chase people was like, whoa, wow, that's a bit much. Because if this is an actual dead body, that's disgusting and horrible. If this is not a dead body, it's still somehow disgusting and horrible because you faked that. That means that's craziness.
And niggas hate clout chasing.
Exactly.
So.
It's so clout chasing. Well, now at the time, clout chasing was
niggas hated clout chasing then too.
Good point. So he did all these things, and then afterward, what happened was his YouTube got canceled. A lot of shit just went left for him after that because he just did too much.
So this nigga went in a fucking gym and trained.
Well, what happened
for 5 years,
he
apparently.
felt like there was a lot of YouTube people coming at him something crazy, and he was on some, yo, I'm a YouTube person, let's make a match of it type shit. But people don't get that Jake Paul made a lot of money before he went down. His YouTube went down. And with that money, he went and got like the trainers that real fighters train with. So he started training to fight in the ring with UFC people, like for MMA.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were just like they thought, he's some white boy, suburban white boy. Nobody thought of him as
it was from like Calabasas.
Fucking
like
Calabasas. Nobody took him seriously, and people forget that. I keep saying this shit. Physics is a thing.
People gotta stop being so the real world don't give a fuck about where you from. That shit does not give a fuck about where you from.
These hands work.
Okay? You might get your ass whipped by some trillionaire nigga from Abu Dhabi that's never been to a hood in Abu Dhabi.
Ever. He might have never seen. You don't even know what the hood word is, and he'll whoop your ass. I mean, look at Coming to America, right?
Word.
Eddie Murphy will bust your ass if you give him a broomstick.
Word.
But that nigga was rich, never even tied his own shoes. But this happened, and he bust some other YouTuber ass. He fought a couple people, and so far he's been winning, and he's been pretty good.
I heard he had like one fight. He fought a few people.
I heard two. I heard more than one. I heard maybe it was two against the same guy.
Oh, okay.
But I know he rematched the guy at the very least.
Okay.
And he smoked them both times. And it's because a lot of black people have this false sense of security that because we're black, we automatically know how to fight.
Yeah, nah.
That's
not a thing.
Guys,
Yo.
white people are not any less strong than us.
Nate Robinson did not spend 2 weeks in the gym.
Bro.
Yo, however long they had to train for that fight, that wasn't enough time for Nate, man. He needed more time to train.
Whatever time it was, that man needed a year on top of that. And what's funny, how tall is Nate Robinson?
He like 5'10", 5'11". He's a pretty small guy.
I heard he was 5'7".
Nah.
Nate Robinson
is not that. He's not that small.
Nate
5'7". I would be shocked if he's 5'7".
I felt like they used to compare him to Spudweb.
Once I saw that, I mean, because you're still a little dude.
Yeah, but
that's the same as Isaiah, not the first Isaiah Thomas,
5'9",
the current Isaiah Thomas. He's about like that same height.
Yeah.
So everybody looks like a giant to you.
That's true.
That's
true. But he's 5'9". Yeah. I mean, I just remember when he blocked Yao Ming. I remember that shit. So things like that will get you hyped into. And also, he was always one of those people on the court that were mad energetic, mad like.
None of that shit means nothing.
But
you are fighting a technical, like this is a technical sport.
But nobody knows this.
None of that hyper energy. Yo, when I saw that haymaker he was swinging, I was like, oh nah.
First of all, when your fist starts like this, the fight is pretty. If somebody steps to me and they put their fist like this.
This chick posted on Insta, she said, yo, is this Nate Robinson's first fight? Yo, I was crying, son.
They were cooking this man. Yo, the memes were outlandish.
What's funny was, so I missed that part of the fight. I got to watch the Tyson Roy Jones fight.
Okay.
Shouts out to Jim Jones.
Jimmy.
He put it on his IG. So shouts
this one
out
goes
to him,
out to you, buddy.
Because I got kicked off by the spot I was trying to get it from. Once they walked into the ring, I couldn't even get on that site no more. So I didn't watch the Nate Robinson one. But I did go on like YouTube to watch like people that was live streaming it. Bruh. I thought he died. Like, even though I knew he was alive, like if I watched it live, I'm like, oh, I would have been worried that he was dead.
When I saw it, I remember thinking, like, he's down for a while now.
He was down for like a good 3 minutes.
But after the first hit,
he didn't move for like the first minute and a half.
Bro, He was dead. No, that was a knockout.
I went from laughing to being a bit concerned.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo,
is he gonna make it? Like,
is he okay?
but to think that he had a chance against Jake Paul is ludicrous. Jake Paul got like 4 or 5 inches on him in height.
That nigga did not look up who the fuck Jake Paul was.
Yeah,
man.
but that's here, Jake Paul. Nigga, I got this.
He's at YouTube.
YouTube.
Calabasas.
I'm washing this
That's
young
all
man.
he needed to know. I actually saw a fight like that when I was a kid.
What?
So when I lived in Queens, right, there was this girl, like, you know, her family seemed to have some kind of money. So she was like well dressed, very like proper chick. This other girl from the projects was rah in her face, and the chick did not say nothing. Bruh, she beat the brakes off this chick after school, man. Like, we was all shocked.
So, yo.
She beat the brakes off of this chick. Come to find out, she was like a Tiger Showman's karate or some shit.
First
I
of
was
all,
like, oh.
First of all, Tiger Showman's ain't helping you with shit for real, but apparently
she was in some shit that apparently helped her.
it helped her. I guess to the layman's, it was like, I'm not even a big fighter, but if you fought 2 times and you're a grown man in Tiger Showman's, I'm whooping your ass. But
I was crying.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. So that shit just took me back to that.
She got laid down like that.
She got. It was a pretty like good ass whooping.
Damn. Sometimes that's what you need.
It wasn't close. It wasn't like an almost draw.
I hope. Oh
It
no,
was
not
a
even close.
full blown ass whooping.
Onslaught. I like it. That's what I like to see.
Yeah,
Because
man.
some people need that humbling.
Nah.
Your
People
dumb
do
ass
need
up.
that humbling. And Dave Robinson, you not do, your NBA brothers don't want that from you, bro.
Bro.
the culture don't want that.
Yo,
from you,
when
bro.
he said for my family, I was like, his kids is upset. But like he said, for my family, for my kids,
some
for the
people
NBA,
better off grabbing a pistol,
right? I was about to, yo, guys, listen, man, fighting ain't for everybody.
Nah.
I'm not saying it's any more for me or you than it's for. I'm just saying,
Nah.
if I keep taking L's, I gotta stop fighting.
I'm not about to step in a boxing ring with somebody that has been in boxing way more. Like, no.
Well, my thing is, I'm gonna look up what you've done at the
just
very
snuff
least.
you in the streets. Like, what the hell you talking about?
I'm gonna catch you slipping. Listen, bro.
Like, yo, nah.
I throw dirt in eyes. But my thing was, where did this beef even happen? Do we even know?
I don't know.
I
didn't
don't
even
know
know they was on the ticket that night.
Nah, I heard about it, and I remember going, why? Like, I didn't understand.
I didn't get it either.
I didn't get it. It
It was a Triller event, so I'm sure they kind of created something for them.
For them to make a reason.
And I'm sure it's easy to volunteer. This Jake Paul dude looks like he likes attention and clout.
No,
so
he does. He's a clout guy.
He'll
He's a
do.
clout guy.
And
Definitely.
Nate Robinson, he's an all-around athlete. So I guess he wanted to try something new. He just decided the wrong sport to try.
Listen, man. Try
You
baseball.
can try baseball for real.
Try baseball, brother. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Try hockey. I'll even give you that.
Nigga, try backgammon, man. Nigga, I don't know what you got to try, but try something else, because this was not it.
Getting knocked out.
Getting laid down. I mean, but that's not the only L of the week.
Nah.
Our second L of the week has to go to Funk Flex, my nigga. What the fuck is going on, guys? What's going on to the culture? Speaking of the culture getting this ass whipped, like Nate Robinson, he did it for the culture, right? Culture took 1 L. And then Funk.
Nate Robinson was the happiest man when he saw that video of Funk Flex, man.
Bro, he was like,
he was the happiest man when he saw that video of Funk Flex.
First of all, he said, he was literally like, please, meme makers, look that way. Just look that way. He's over there.
That nigga probably just didn't want to get up that ring. I'm sorry to go
Yo,
back.
nah. I think he was, you know where you get your ass whooped so bad?
Yo, he just wanted to lay to him like, yo, what do I come up with after this?
Yo, I got...
Yo,
Because we always seem to think that because they rich or because they have money, they're like, they never worry about nothing. Nothing gets to them. I'm like,
rich people would never like commit suicide. What the hell?
yeah, I be in my head like, I know that man hurt.
Nah, bro, your ego got nothing to do with
His
your
wife,
finances.
his wife
at that
better
time.
his wife better be kissing him as we speak. But Funk Flex put up a video of him getting what looked like liposurgery, but apparently it was some other type of surgery.
BBL, Brazilian butt lift. That's what he was doing.
No, I heard he was getting his tits done. No, he got, I don't know what it's called, but it's some version of lipo. It's something of lipo, and I don't see the play. I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't, because he put it up willingly.
I have no. I'm assuming he probably missing out on some show money.
Nah, that bag must have been heavy.
Somebody threw him a bag. And was
That
like,
bag
yo,
must have been heavy. Because I don't.
Maybe he wants it to be more comfortable. Maybe there's like a secret we don't know that there's a bunch of celebrity niggas getting their bodies done.
Well, there is, but then you come out like that. Come out like he came out promoting a particular doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that too. The idea of him coming out and doing this
Trying to normalize
to normalize surgery, getting your body done if you're a man. And if you came on those terms, then I'd been like, don't agree with you, but at least you got some. I get you. I'll give it to you. You got a reason. There's a cause. Fine. Yeah. I can back the cause if we want to be equal. I can understand. I don't agree, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't have the right to societally be able to do it. That people shouldn't shame me out of being able to do that. That being said, fuck no. And the reason why fuck no is because we don't get held to the same standards of beauty that women do. Mm-hmm. So that is not something we should put too much emphasis on. I'm not saying you shouldn't consider your body or how you look, but as a man, women aren't looking for like gorgeous men like that for real. They're when men look at women, we look at beauty.
I have a question.
When women look at men, they look at possessions and what can you do.
I have a question. So that being said, women still look at like, I think an ugly dude still knows that like, yo, this woman don't like me for my looks, and like an attractive dude is like, okay, she's attracted to me.
Yes.
I do think that still plays some factor in, even in guys, as much as it's not as important.
But if you're talking about looks, that's one thing. But if you're talking about attraction.
Hold on. So Funk Flex through the years, he's been a bigger guy and he's lost some weight.
Okay.
What if there's a lot of hanging skin on his body? Like, I don't know, but like, what if he just has a lot of like extra skin on his body? Is he allowed to take that out?
Yeah, I actually know somebody that did that before. Okay. I don't mind that.
That's a different thing than what he was doing?
They stuck a tube inside of him. I cannot imagine that had to do with cutting off skin. There was a whole...
I just don't know how that procedure goes.
They showed the fat leaving the tube.
That shit look nasty to me, man.
Like, first of all, he was awake.
Yeah, that was him trying to be tough. He was trying to make it a gangster.
First of all, and then
he was trying to make it gangster.
You heard about Wu-Tang in the background? Did you hear?
He trying to toughen that whole shit up as much as he could.
Bro, Pop Vasquez had a field day. My man Pop.
I saw his video.
My son over here freaking off. I don't even know what freaking off mean, but that shit is funny, son. I've never heard that term freaking off before, but that's funny to me. Yeah, nah, there's an L. And because you know what? If it was the clip surgery, let's say it was just that, then why did you put it on this page?
Yeah, nah,
I don't get the play.
2021 is around the corner. Funk Flex, there's a vaccine out, so you can hold on.
Like
you could be broke for a couple more months.
Like,
bro.
it's all right, brother. It's coming. It's coming. There's an answer coming.
Respectfully,
like
please. You could be broke for a couple more months.
If you because there's no explanation as to why you would do this. I don't see and like I said,
I mean, I would assume it's the same as when everybody posts Fashion Over.
Exactly. But I've seen women,
and the only W for this is the doctor. He's the only
person that won. He over here like, ooh, the blacks is coming. Black men, black kings, bring yourselves in here. Yeah, but I just felt like some people are like, why can't he get it done? I'm like, because what I need is a surgery to add more ends to my wallet. I don't need a surgery for me personally, I don't need a surgery at all. But even if I was big, I know a lot of women are attracted to men outside of looks. Not in reverse. It's not 100% the same. It's actually the counter offer. Like, most men are not giving. I saw a video today, son, of this guy. His name is Kevin something. I sent you the video.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, this guy is coming at this woman and this man, and he came at a man first, and he goes, "Let me get this." He's like, the first thing he says, "You got a big dick?" I was just sitting there like, wow, this got weird. And the guy was just like, I don't even know. He was like, listen, I didn't ask if you had a above average dick. I asked if you had a big dick.
That nigga be clapping at me.
Bro, this nigga said, you got a big dick? And then the dude goes, I don't know, I guess. He was like, every nigga got a big dick. No, he got a big dick. Do you have a big dick? And he was just like, I don't know. He said, so that means you don't got a big dick. So you're 300 pounds. You're about 5'10". You make $1,000 a month at 20 years
Jesus
old.
Christ.
And you expect a woman to what exactly? I was like, God damn. But it's like, you got to look at your situation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
And it's like, but and that's why when that video popped up, I thought of this. I was just like, Funk, you ain't even got that issue. You don't got it. Like, nobody's checking for Funk Flex as a sex symbol. Nobody. There's never been the case.
Nah, Funk Flex, you wildin'.
You bugging, bro. That's an
But,
L, bro. That's
hey,
an L of the week. I'm sorry.
Hopefully your recovery goes well.
The culture is sick. Speaking of the culture being sick, yo, like I said, mad shit. Casanova, man.
Yeah, man.
Casanova and G Herbo, both were locked up.
Them SBA loans.
I mean, that's what I heard about G Herbo. It was some scamming shit.
Them PPP loans.
Nah, Casanova was murder. That was it's heavy shit.
There was some loans in there too.
No, yeah. But I think
some murder there.
There was some murder, some loans,
Conspiracy.
conspiracy, maybe a couple of keys of coke. Yeah. The only thing I could say is I would say the G Herbo thing. Like I would say like this is just a hard time for people.
G Herbo gonna be fine.
Nah, he gonna be fine. Yeah. But it's scary.
He gonna have to pay that off.
But
he might do a little bit, but if he does,
I don't think it's gonna be that.
I don't know how much he took, cause this niggas that been caught with like $2 million and bought it like you ain't see. There was some dude that bought like a Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm. All right, I know you're talking
so
about.
obviously he got bagged.
Yeah,
I think that nigga's probably going to jail because he probably can't pay.
He cannot. That Lambo set him back. He ain't got no more lawyer money. He had Lambo money, but he ain't got. Man. You can't have lawyer and Lambo money.
And I also just feel like scamming the government like that, especially in these times, they might look to pay.
The gentleman you were talking about was scamming like whole companies though. Like he was. If I remember correctly.
No, that's a different one.
That's a different gentleman. Okay.
It's the same loans,
Okay,
the loan,
got it. Nah, yeah, so he'll be fine, I believe. I hope he didn't know. I hope he could prove he wasn't involved. He really didn't know. He was just swiping a card. But it's guys.
See, I don't even. You didn't know or not, like. At the end of the day, like, if you're from a certain place, like, he might just be really cool with people that do that.
Yeah,
exactly. And not even think nothing of it. Or they might even have been like, yo, let's use your name. You the person with the stuff, you have the entities under
And I'm saying I hope that's the case.
Yeah, like.
Because I looked up his numbers, right? He drops about 2 projects a year. Mm-hmm. And they usually do between 120 and 150,000 copies sold. Mm-hmm. I did not know G Herbo was doing numbers like this. Mm-hmm. Now that's not crazy to be real.
He's pretty popular.
He's popular, but I didn't know it was his music because I know him for his girlfriend, his baby mother.
I feel like he makes consistent music enough where it's not mainstream.
No, definitely.
But if you like a follower of it,
my point is I'm not a follower, so I didn't know I knew him from way back when.
Yeah.
Like the
when
shit.
He was what was his name? Lil Herbie? Was it Lil Herbie or something like that? I think that was his original name before he became G Herbo.
When I met him, he was G Herbo. Yeah. But I knew him. I just knew the music from back then. Like I remember I heard a mixtape from him, and there was a couple freestyles I heard where he blacked, and I was like, oh, okay, this nigga's doing something. But I didn't think the numbers he did was the numbers he did. Not to say that 150,000 is really so crazy, but I wouldn't, because I don't hear of his music so often. I forget that there's people that we don't hear about that their numbers is still like man. Trippie Redd be doing numbers.
It's a different time. Like,
yeah.
You just got to pencil it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit disappointed with a lot of like artists that I've seen this year. Like
who?
Nigga, 75%, 85% of the game. Like I feel like at a certain point in time, niggas should have. A few people did do like the whole concert thing online and everything. I felt like those were more like their labels that probably pushed that. But if I was like an art, I would have been on YouTube like, yo, donate here. I'm doing a concert for y'all. Like, make money that way and feed your fans. You could do if you have like some contractual issue with doing your songs, give your fans new songs. Your fans will fuck with it. And I see people donate money on YouTube all the time. If they fuck with you, they gonna give it to you.
Well, the problem I would say with that is you got to be a good performer. And
you're performing in your living room. Like, that can't be that hard. It's different. You're not performing in Madison Square Garden.
I remember Lil Reese when he came out with, was it Don't Like? I forgot what Lil Reese came out with, but he came out with a hit. And I remember when he came out, like, a lot of people, he got booed off of mass stages. But the only reason he was like, I kept going because people didn't know I was bad. So I just kept.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? So Now, if you put this on YouTube and you trash, because I think a lot of these artists are just good at knowing what people want to hear not good at the actual craft of hip hop or performance. So I feel like a lot of people would fall under the bracket of this won't look good on camera.
A lot of them do perform. Like a lot of them do perform. So you must have some kind of experience. I'm not talking about the brand new person that has never been on a stage before.
So then
a lot of y'all have done shows before, some kind of show.
My question is, do you believe that everyone's performance style today, like the artists you see today, will do you believe that there's anyone that will not translate well when put on video in front of us? Do you believe that it could hurt anyone? Is what I'm asking, honestly. To perform online.
I think it's different because that's like performing in a studio. Like, I'm not gonna look at it because you're gonna be in a room performing a song with great microphones. You know, a lot of things could work your way. Depending on the kind of artist, you might even be able to sit down if you're her. You know, I'm not saying she do, but I'm just if you're her or somebody, an Alicia, you can just sit down and play the piano or what's that little show I be seeing? I see it on Instagram all the time where like the artist would be like in what looks like a library performing like a live show. And they'll have like it looks like and I'm like, why didn't a bunch of them steal this concept and just get donations from their fans?
I agree with you on that. I just think that for some of these rappers, that might end up hurting them a little more than helping them. If
scamming gonna hurt you way more than that.
Oh no. I'm not saying
Let's circle
the opposite.
Back.
No, I'm not saying the opposite is scam. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Let's circle back.
Every bag ain't a good bag, as they clearly heard.
And nigga, like that's part of like life. Like artists are gonna have bad moments. Didn't Drake like fall and break his leg before? I don't know if I'm making
twice,
but that happened.
He tore
before,
both his ACLs.
Yeah, like okay, and that's Drake. So, you know,
yeah, that's true.
You can't be scared of that bad moment.
That's true. But yeah, G Herbo, I hope you're okay. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just stop taking stolen credit cards and using it, because when I looked at his numbers, all I thought was you make enough money, you sell enough that I'm sure your concerts or shows are sold out.
Yeah.
So if you can sell out your shows and your concerts, you'll be fine. Why are you doing this? Yeah. Like that's really, it's really what it comes down to.
Hopefully people have also learned after the deal, save your money.
Yeah.
Because there might be a rainy day when you can't work.
So, you know, good luck to you. But as for Cass, bro, I'm sorry about all of this. I'm not gonna lie, because I saw did you see the video of him after?
Yeah.
Him turning himself in?
Yeah.
He's scared. It looks scared. Not scared like, oh, you're a pussy. Not like that. I mean, like you could tell it's shaking him. Like
potential life?
Yeah. With a minimum of 10. A minimum of 10 means you're done.
Hell yeah.
But I'll say this. We've seen Casanova out in public before.
Yep.
I remember when I saw him, cool dude, but I will say that the people coming out of the car, the amount of jewelry he had on, everything, I remember going, I didn't know that he made that much music. Or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I always see him on vacations. I always see him out. I don't see him really like performing that much or coming out with that much music. Like when I looked up G Herbo shit, that made sense.
Yeah.
Cass, for what I saw, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know much about much. Maybe there's other businesses he's in that I had no idea about. Maybe there's other things he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember whenever I see something look too much for the situation, in my experience, it's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, whenever I see my friends spending a lot of money there, I'm like, this don't make sense. Normally, I find out that.
I mean, with Cass looking, Casanova, he looks like, he is, from what I've seen from a distance, he's a dude that just likes to have a good time. He's one of those people that, you be out and this nigga just think everything is lit. It's never like a chill moment. It's always lit for him. Like, let's have a good time, everybody.
Yep.
He comes off as that kind of guy out in the public. So that's probably why I would be sad too, because who's trying to go spend your time in a box with a bunch of men for the foreseeable future?
I mean, Cass he's already been in and out.
Yeah,
he
but
did
like
mad
now
years.
You've been out and like
no, and you've been doing good too.
You've been doing something, like you have access to Chris Brown. You got access to Jay.
But I just looked up his discography. He got 3 projects, bro.
Yeah.
2018, 2019, and 2006. Like he don't got like that.
2006.
Let me make sure. No, not 2006. Hold on. No, that's a different thing.
But yeah, man.
He got 2018, 2019. I'm trying to look up his.
You think they linking this with Tekashi?
Guys, I mean,
cause there's a couple of things I've been hearing out there, where basically they're saying everybody he brought up during his trial might eventually get ran up on by the feds.
Okay.
Jim Jones, Cardi B, eventually. Casanova was the name he brought up, and when you bring these people and start linking them to gangs, the feds is going to be like, okay, let's look into what our informant is saying a little further.
So do you think you think that maybe Cat 6ix9ine made him like a person of interest type shit?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you bring it up, people tell it. Now, let me not put that all on 6ix9ine. I'm sure there's sometimes I don't know. I don't currently know where Casanova stands on like his gang affiliation, like what he publicly says.
Mm-hmm.
So let me not just put that all on 6ix9ine, but he did go on stand and affiliate a certain group of people.
Certain group.
And I do think the feds would be like, all right,
no, that's
these
fair.
more rappers are associated.
That could have it's like you're saying kind of like the Frank Lucas fur coat. That could have been the thing that brought the attention, and then after that, now it became something.
You start looking into people.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Cass. A lot of rappers are good guys trying to pretend to be bad guys. Mm-hmm. They're trying to be tough, like 6ix9ine. Cass always came off to me as a bad guy trying his best to be a good guy.
He definitely looked like he wanted to change.
He looked like he wanted to change. I'm not saying it wasn't real, but I'm saying he was trying his hardest. And sometimes those urges are hard to push down.
And it's hard to push away. Like, I love the idea where like we're all just like, oh, Bobby Shmurda made it. Why is he still hanging around? Or like, you can't cut off everybody that instantly. Your family is still in this location. Like, there's too many vulnerable positions that you could be in.
Yeah, and
to just try to dip off with everybody.
It's not getting out of the life is not as easy as people seem to think. But I will say though, Cass has been doing this and being this popular for long enough that I don't feel like he should still have those. Because his first Don't Run, the first hit that blew up, was 2016. Mm-hmm. It's 2020, bro. Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know how that works. I don't know how the connections with street work. I guess you gotta keep it. But 4 years, in 4 years, you should no longer be doing crime. He's 30. He's 34 years old.
You should not be associated with crime.
He's 34 years old.
There is a 15-year-old that was killed in the process, and that
You know what's crazy?
It's crazy when you hear a 15-year-old and then it's associated with like a whole full-blown adult. You know.
Well, it's another thing.
I'm talking about from the outside perspective.
Exactly. From the outside perspective, it's funny. A lot of people said 15 years old, whatever. I said, show me the 15-year-old. Tell me his background, because I work in Canarsie. Them 15-year-olds is not innocent in Canarsie.
Yeah, but as a grown man, you shouldn't be associated with that.
Of course you shouldn't, but what I'm saying is...
Let another 15-year-old be associated with
No, you're right, but what I'm saying is, like, a lot of times those 15-year-olds are in the life, and unfortunately they get the adult ramifications. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's not... I'm not saying it's right to kill any 15-year-old, but there are 15-year-olds, just like there are adults that are civilians, and there are adults that are just in the street, and then we have civilians. There are 15-year-olds that are not about it at all, and they're just a 15-year-old. And then there's ones that they in the streets. Whoa. And I'm saying these kids, I know kids that they pulled up on somebody, and this word on the street is they in a McDonald's drive-through, like killed them. Everyone in the car. They were 15, 16. They weren't 20. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to first see the 15-year-old. Not saying that you're not a victim. I'm not saying that you deserve to die. None of that. I'm saying when you lead a certain life, there are certain ramifications. And you have to be careful of this. This is why I keep pushing. This gang life shit is not what it's about.
30-year-old gangsters, please don't beef with a 15-year-old. It's only gonna make you look bad.
Yeah, I mean,
in the long run.
But
please.
Yes.
Let's hold back from that.
You're right. I'm just telling you that in that world, when you decide to do certain things, They don't even see 15 no more.
Yeah, man.
That's the thing. That's the problem with that world.
That world got to change. Like,
That-
we have too much surveillance out here.
That world has to stop.
We have too much surveillance out here. You cannot get away with crime. You cannot get away with crime. There's too many older dudes making poor decisions for these younger dudes. You know, and I could understand you telling a dude, like, you know, even if somebody is gangster, like, I don't know. I do feel like some of these OGs do be fucked up to these younger dudes all the time.
No,
They'd be the ones sending them out with the guns. And
whether they're fucked up to them all the time or they're fucked up to them indirectly, they didn't mean to be, they're fucked up to them, period. The moment you send a kid to do something fucked up, you're fucked up. Now, whether or not you're going to give them a bag for that after, or whether or not they're going to up their rank or they're about to make money, that doesn't change the fact that you're sending them to do something terrible. Yeah. And at the end of the day, when you get into this life, like whether it be through scamming or through stealing or drug dealing or hitters, you end up seeing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, these people all rub shoulders. And I'm saying these 15, 16-year-olds, as bad as it sounds, it's like, yo, there's only one direction for where you're going.
Yo, we need more suburban rappers, man. For some reason, I feel like they're going to live a little longer.
I mean, I like Lil Dicky. Remember Lil Dicky? Yeah. He was nice.
I fucked with his show. I
never seen the show. I fucked with
the show's actually pretty funny.
He had a freestyle on.
And he could fucking rap his ass off.
He could rap. That's what I like.
That dude could rap his ass off.
That dude could rap. And I like that video with him and Chris Brown.
Yeah, man. We need more Drakes, man. These execs, they not trying to deal with like all of this foolishness, man. And I don't mean to. I'm not saying foolishness to insult nobody that I don't relate to and nothing like that. But you know, like, come on, like we cannot throw away the good situations that we are in. There's a lot of people that would trade the position that they're in to be in some of y'all shoes.
Well, you know? it's also the fact that I know what it's like to be in a good situation and then self-sabotage. I know what it's like to be in a good situation and then look back at your old life and miss the ecstasy or the fun or the, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whatever you got from that. I know what that's like. In a smaller way, not on some gangster shit. I don't want to mislead y'all. But there are things.
My nigga Reggie was fucking blasting out the window.
Yeah, I mean, blicking out the. You know, every gangster shoot like
fucking
this.
Think it was Desperado during that bank robbery.
Listen, man, my guitar case right over there, man. You see me? But I wasn't like that. But I have things about me that I wish I could change that I'm currently able to change. But at a certain age, there was nothing you could do about that thing. I was always going to be that. Mm-hmm. And I understand what it's like when people think that while you're trying to do better, it's like no more mistakes now. Mm-hmm. No turning back. It doesn't work like that. When you start going in that direction, that's great that you go in that direction. But then what happens is you take 3 steps forward and maybe 1 foot back.
You're going to make tons of mistakes.
Unfortunately, sometimes that 1 step back is the one that's it. Like, all it takes, you're always one good decision away from ruining your life. Just like you're always one good decision away from finding all your wildest dreams. But, well, I actually don't agree with that. I think you're always one good step. No, I don't actually. I think you're always one good step away when you're following your dreams. It's a process to get to your dream. But when it comes to fucking up,
oh, no.
That's the funny thing about that.
It's what? Fucking up, bruh. You could stack $50,000. It's going to be that much easier to spend that shit.
That's it.
You be like, what the fuck? That shit cost me $30 already.
All it takes is
it took me how many years to save? You know,
bro. All it takes is one car accident and a broken leg later, man. And if you don't have no health insurance, that 50 stacks is gone.
It's done.
It's done. So it's
that's how life is.
I feel like you can work as hard as you want to get to where you at, and it has to be a process to get all your dreams. But when it comes to fucking up, it takes one time. So
and what's funny is, it also takes one time in success, but there is also
there's a process before that.
You have to be prepared for that. You know,
there's a process before that. Exactly.
You have to be ready for that unless you're not going to execute it right. So it's fucking crazy.
Speaking of people not being prepared, so there's another situation going on.
What's the situation?
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. You go through your girl's phone. Mm-hmm. I know you wouldn't do that because you're a real nigga. I respect you, Obi. But you go through your girl's phone. You felt like a bitch for a second. You went through your girl's phone.
Fuck.
Damn it, I can't do this. You go through.
What did I do this for?
Right? You went through. Now you see your coworker, your former coworker at a former job, blazing your girl's cheeks in a bathroom in a club. Now, this is your. I don't want to say this is your wife because this is your girl. Mm-hmm. So, what do you do at this point? She's laying right next to you. What do you do?
Shit. She's laying next to me?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know what I would do at that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I wouldn't know how to react. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now
I would like to say that I don't even know what the fuck I would do.
Bro, I'm not. So, you know, Majah Hype. Mm-hmm. He's a major artist now. Not artist. The fuck am I talking about? He's a he's a personality. He does.
He's fake a whole comedian now. I think he puts on like comedy shows and shit.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't.
He's a whole comedian.
I just don't want to because I know what it takes to be an actual stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to take from them. I don't know what he does. I just know what he does online. That's
I feel like I've seen him put a comedy show together for Caravana. I also don't follow him that hard.
I was gonna say I don't follow him.
So that's just one. I would assume he probably tried others.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's go with comedian, right? Yeah. I'll say internet comedian because I know him mostly for that. And if you don't know, it's funny. People don't know he's a failed. I think he was a soca artist. Mm-hmm. I think he did he was like a soca artist back in the days.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had a music career before that, and I would say failed, but. You know, I don't know what he did or what he didn't do, what numbers were, but clearly
he pivoted in life.
Clearly he didn't do enough. So he made it big on Vine first. And then after that, when Instagram dropped a big dick on Vine and crushed their whole company.
They had to fucking shut down.
They had to close that box up. So when that happened, he went to Instagram and he just kept making funny in front of videos. His thing is he can make every single Caribbean accent. The major ones we know. I've seen him do Bayesian perfectly, Trinidadian perfectly, Jamaican accents perfectly, Haitian accents, African accents. And I hate when I say African because Africa is so huge and everybody doesn't realize like it's a fucking continent. It's not a country. But I'm gonna say African ignorantly. Obi, not to disrespect.
His accents are pretty terrible when it comes to the continent of Africa.
Are they? Okay.
But I let him slide because he does such a fucking good
job on all the rest. Okay. We'll give you one L. Okay, see, I don't know. This is why I did this. I said my counterpart over here
pretty terrible.
Is okay. So he this is what he does. And what recently happened was apparently he went on live 2 days ago, and blacked and called another soca artist name, if I'm not mistaken, Majah. I don't know these people.
You talking to
Listen.
Yo, our soca fans in the comments.
Please don't feel disrespected. So Majah, I'm going to say his name was. He's
you should have told one of your soca niggas to voice note you how do I pronunciate this?
Enunciate it? Nah, I like when I fuck shit up. I know it's contouring. I say couture till this day because it makes me feel better. It makes me laugh, so I do it. So I'm doing that with Majah. So Majah has a video of him blazing his girl's cheeks, Majah Hype's girl, in a bathroom.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Right? So now Majah Hype claims, and Majah's a soca artist too. Mm-hmm. Majah Hype went on thing called Majah, guys, please, bear with me. I'm going to say the F word. Don't cancel us.
Oh, okay.
He called him a faggot. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say one thing. Andrew, shouts out to you, but he called me last night, and he was like, did you see that man smile?
He the person that sent it to me. Yo.
Andrew had me die. He said, you see that man smile? He said, that man looked like he was looking at her man. It's like he knew.
That nigga sent me the whole documentation. I was like, yo, I didn't even know what was going on.
What was funny about that was he said all that, but I had a group chat with mostly Caribbean men that already knew about all this, so they gave me the one.
I had no clue.
Bro, if it wasn't for them, I would have never knew about this. I don't know none about Majah Hype, except that he is funny. So now this occurs, and then his so the wife, his wife,
his girl.
It's not his wife?
I don't know.
I thought it was his wife. I'm pretty sure it's his wife. So his wife comes out and says, puts out a 10-minute video. And the video is of her saying how he abused her this whole time. Mm-hmm. And then there's also a picture.
Yeah, she put out a picture
of a mean eye jammy.
She got a blood clot in her eye.
You ever seen when you ever seen Batman movies when they black out the eye over here? They put the makeup and he puts the mask on. That's how black her eye was. The mask paint. Like that's how serious it was. And I was like, shit. Now, there's two narratives being told here. It's either, and he also came out. She said he faked a heart attack to get sympathy. Then he came out today and said how because
these like that was public, like he publicly had a heart attack.
Not publicly, he just had
like
one and then went to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to the hospital. He went on live and he outed her, called her all types of names, called him all types of names, which I will get to that. So this all happens, right? Now she comes out and says how he's been abusing her for years. She said the last time he abused her, he put a gun in her mouth, which is the time I guess he found this video, I'm assuming. She's saying that he will try to make it seem. She says that video is from 10 years ago. I don't know that I believe that. But that's what she said. But if you saw the video, there is a clear tramp stamp on the back of her lower back.
That cannot be 10 years ago. He had an iPhone in his hand. Like, he had like a fairly recent, not too grainy iPhone in his hand.
Listen, I just thought the tramp stamp was dated, so it's possible this came out in 1999. But she probably got it from back then.
I'm about to say, nigga. You know how many girls?
She claims it was from 10 years ago. When she said that part, she said my hair wasn't even black, it was red. And then she said, forget it. I'm not even explaining myself. At the end of the day, it could have been yesterday. I don't deserve to get beat on. And I'm like, all right, thank God you pivoted, because bitch, I was about to call you. I'm about to read you. I don't know if I believe that was from 10 years ago, but it doesn't matter, because if she was being abused the way she explains, she said she always held it down, kept his secrets, and never wanted to mess up his career. So that's why she didn't say anything, but she's been getting abused. Now, there's two narratives going here, because then after that, right after that, her sex tape drops of her and Mr. Maka. What do you think about? So if the situation is this, if he actually, so there's the narrative of he did all these things, and he was always beating her, and he got mad when he found out she was cheating, beat her again, and then dropped the sex tape and did all these terrible things, right? But if, let's say, with the other side, if he never touched her.
So he actually put out a live today.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I didn't catch the whole live, but I caught like
enough
some of the live. And from what he was saying on his live, which I got onto it late, so I was trying to like catch up on like the story.
Yeah, he
was speaking on how she has been very abusive to him. She's been abusive to his son.
Okay. Let me not do that. Let me not do that.
He read like text messages that they have had between each other and stuff like that. You know, I guess trying to point out her abuse or whatever. So that I left it there and I was like, yo, you motherfuckers are some expert liars.
Bro.
Somebody is telling a full-blown fucking lie to me.
But he outright said, it's funny because you don't know who's lying, right? Because to me,
I hate when I hear polar opposite stories. Like, could y'all give me something in like the ballpark?
Well, exactly.
And I can make like a decision of who I'm like, okay.
That's how I always felt.
This nigga came and threw a whole curveball.
Bro, exactly.
Like, yo, what the fuck?
This nigga just said, nope, y'all ain't catching me. But that's what I said about the Meg Thee Stallion Tory thing, is that if you come in telling me your part in what you did wrong, then you tell me the story you have, I can listen to you more. Yeah. It's more palatable. Yeah. People like to make it seem like, oh, I didn't do nothing. Yeah. No. Like, I hate that shit. Say something you did so that I can fucking believe you.
These niggas is just telling two different stories.
Like, so now, if that was the first time if he ever put hands on her, right? Do you understand? And he saw it the way I explained the story when I explained it to you. Woke up, went to your girl's phone, saw a sex tape of her getting her cheeks blazed. And it was from last week, let's say. Is that...
It's from 10 years ago.
That's what she says. That's what she says. That tramp stamp says so. But his shirt size was fitted. I don't think so. So, because I know what fashion was like 10 years ago. Arms wasn't that tight yet. But let's say, whatever, right? Let's go with it's now.
Yeah.
Do you understand it all?
Him putting hands on her?
Yes.
I I would never support that. But at the end of the day, I want to be like careful.
Please
like,
tread lightly,
this.
sir.
People are people. I do not like us always telling people how to react. Even in like my personal life, like there's been times where I'm like, yo, this chick is overreacting to something.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's not like a common thing that happens, I kind of fall back and I'm like, I can't really tell somebody how to react at a moment when I did piss them off, especially to a certain degree.
In a way that I've never pissed them off before.
Is it correct? Like, if you want to think about things in common sense, like, all right and wrong, hell no. But we also have to know that, like, yo, people act in passion. How many, they have shows with women killing their men out of passion.
Yeah.
You know, so that does happen, you know? And I don't know.
I guess this is.
So that's the thing. This is also why I like to hear like whole stories. And
yes.
I was so upset when I'm like, Nick, you're telling me something totally different
than what you think.
If he went on there like apologizing or some shit, I'd be like, oh, he did that. You know?
Yeah. But he's not owning up to nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
So
like,
this is what I said when I thought about that question. What if it was a situation of this is the first time he's putting hands on her? Not saying that there is ever a good time to put hands on women. I'm saying this is the first time he's doing it, and it's in that moment. Because I said, put yourself in his shoes.
But they do need to break up.
Yeah, no, I mean, most definitely. But so I can finish, put myself in his shoes, and I thought, I need to be reprimanded. I need to feel this financially because apparently this is social. It's out there. And to feel this financially, I need to be reprimanded, and I need to seek therapy. I don't know that I'm canceling a man finding out that information and doing what he did. I don't know that I wouldn't, when I really liked Kanye West, I don't know that I mean, of course I was a big fan, but I don't know that I would have canceled him for this act if that's how he found it out. Yeah. I would say, bro, you got to get your shit together, and you might need to fall back for about 2 years. I might not need to hear you for a minute. I might need you to go seek help. But what I'm saying is the answer isn't always cancel.
Okay, no. That's there's devils in the details.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
I do think there sometimes you hear a reaction and it's like where I don't want to say when you hear like the whole story because as a dude you should just know like yo I do not date chicks that like try to make me fight them. Like I do not fuck with girls.
Okay,
like some dudes
I'm stopping now.
I do not fuck with girls that
women
try to
fight. Get away from me. I like y'all. Leave me alone.
That's a form of me protecting because I'm like yo, I never want to be put in a situation where I'm jammed up. You know, and I'm like yo, nah. I believe in respect in all levels. You know? But in that time, like that's also a place where people feel very disrespected.
You know what it is? I caught myself yelling at someone like last week or something like that. And I realized like because I argue sometimes with this person that I do have a temper. I have an anger issue, I would say. Shit.
You're just figuring that out.
Go fuck yourself. All right. With the jokey jokes. Always with the jokey jokes. So I do have an anger issue. And I realized this, and I said to this person, I was like, yo, I sincerely apologize for the way I speak to you because that could evoke a physical reaction.
I'm a big person.
And I should not be talking to you in a way that would evoke that from you. Because then if I react, I'm going to jail. Yeah. If you hit me and then I need to learn how to just...
Yeah, I'm a big person. Like, even whenever I catch myself blacking, you know, what comes off as blacking, I try to like catch myself. And I'll let you know, yo, I'm feeling like I'm angry at this time, but I'm not like, I got a deep ass voice. I could sound a little if I'm yelling at somebody.
You're a bigger guy. It's a little worrisome.
I'm like, yo, I'm not like doing nothing. Like,
your beard alone.
This is me just expressing myself. Yeah. I always verbalize that, and it's like when people get like that joy of like telling you about yourself. You know, you ever like I hate that.
Yes.
I hate telling people about themselves. Like I hate that shit. Cause I'm like, this is the most condescending shit you can do to a human being.
It's almost as if I'm looking down on you like pathetic.
You know,
like that Simpsons meme.
I will always try to like make it a place where the point I'm trying to get is going across. Like, that's all I want.
No,
I want my message to be delivered.
And you know what's funny?
So-
It's since potting I've learned that in terms of how communication works when I heard me and you on the mic, and just as small as you talking over me, me talking over you. It's just things that I realize that I'm like, yo, I do this a lot. I gotta stop. It can cause a heated conversation. So I heard that, and I just feel like I have to say that there is a place for accountability in the sense of where you're taking someone to that. Because I've been in the place where I'm the person taking someone there, and we weren't even there yet. Like, we hadn't even gotten there. I personally do the same thing you do. You cannot insult and get someone to understand at the same time. That's not how that works.
At all.
You have to learn, what is your goal in this conversation? Is it to insult this person, or is it to get them to understand what you're trying to say? Because if it's to insult this person, then have at it. Do what you got to do. But if you're trying to get someone to understand, it is within your best interest to word it in a way that doesn't insult them.
But Reggie, you know, sometimes people are wired differently.
Yeah.
Some people want, you know, they just want a messaging to get across. Like,
Yeah.
They just want to be understood in what they're saying. And some people, they get a high and a thrill off of that back and forth. You know, like, they actually, like, they love that.
Well, there's that.
You know, and you got to make sure that, like, yo, who am I fucking with?
That's true.
You know, like,
that's
who
true.
is this person in my life?
They get that toxicity almost fuels them.
Yeah.
But I will say, with that toxicity fueling them, I will say that when I see a person, okay, fine, toxicity fuels certain people, and we know that, right? But that doesn't change the fact that we have to understand that that person also, I think a lot of those people don't even think about where they're going with the conversation.
Oh, hell.
That's the thing.
They're just trying to get a W.
It's almost like there's a lot of people I've learned when I started communicating, you know, for a living. There was a lot of people I learned that you're trying to win. And this isn't a win thing. There's no prize at the end of this. What you should be trying to do is get me, or, you know, get you to understand. It shouldn't be about winning.
Yeah.
And I feel like too many people focus on the winning part of conversations. And then I remember, I used to do that. I'm a very big, I won.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the winner stage, I remember going, there's no trophy here. There's no medal. There's no endorsements. Nothing came from this except I won. And then when I started getting to the understanding place with people, I started realizing people dealt with me differently. I was like, oh, okay, it's different.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'd like to circle back. Major hype. I'm going to tell you my beliefs. I believe he was beating that woman. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the things he said about Caribbean men culturally, a lot of the Caribbean things he's done, like a lot of things he says is very aggressive, and it's tailored to not making sure it's not abusive, but you know what is the next step in the thing that he's saying in his skits. You know what really happens? That is a watered-down, whitewashed version for y'all. But the reality is, you know how this goes. So that comes off to me as that is a man that knows that enough.
That be put his paws.
And then the other thing is, you're the person that went on live. This never had to get out. She didn't go first.
So that's the part I missed.
He went on live.
Okay.
And called homie I'm so sorry, faggot. Right? Called homie a faggot. Then she and then came at her and all that stuff. Then she went and posted a video about her, like, getting her ass beat.
So
yes.
I heard there was like a sex tape that was put out. That's what he, like I said.
Well, he did that before. That happened before.
He sent me the information, and her posts, then the sex tape. So I thought it was.
Yo, you know what's funny? He texted me "Merry Christmas," nigga, when I saw the sex tape.
Yo, and I don't mean to, but he sent me like her, so I didn't know he even went on like a live.
From what I heard, he went on a live and went off and ranted and did everything he had to do. And
wifey of me, take that man to court, man. Like,
he deserves everything he gets at this point.
You're not about to win in a fist fight with him.
Because then the revenge porn shit is like,
exactly.
That's so
another part where
corny.
you can get him.
That's so corny.
Even if she can't get in the other part, she can at least get the revenge.
On today's live, he admitted he was, and I hate to say this lightly, but he came out saying he was molested.
Oh yeah. He did mention something about being molested and something.
The problem with mentioning it during this time,
it's the R. Kelly thing. That's the usual art. That's what R. Kelly did also.
Bro.
They bring up his,
Bro, I can't respect this. That's like when a guy engages to a girl right before he does a mean bid. That's not a real engagement. Just like or those guys that catch religion in prison. I gotta see you catch religion in real life.
Bro, you just trying to avoid getting beat up by the other
Exactly.
gangs.
You just want to be with the Nation of Islam,
All of a
brother.
sudden, you a
All of a
Muslim.
sudden, you a Muslim. Assalamu
You can't
alaikum, my
even grow
brother.
a beard, my nigga.
You even gotta
What you doing?
Your shit don't even connect. But now, all of a sudden,
You don't eat pork.
right?
The fuck out of here.
Okay, Freeway. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. That's what I'm saying. It's like I see certain things and I'm like,
Oh, I didn't know there was a previous
yeah,
like,
he
live with him
came out with a
every-
live. He did a lot of shit, and then
Okay.
after that, then she posted a video like, "I've held your name down. I've held you down this whole time while you were beating my ass. While you did all these things." And so somebody said to me like, she didn't cry during that video. I'm like, it's funny. I had one of my most serious relationships. She told someone that I never cried when we broke up, and she always felt like, that showed that maybe I wasn't as sincere.
because you didn't cry.
Well, she felt like that was a part of it. Like, if you love me this much and you're fighting for me this hard to get me back, there should be some waterworks here. Because there's a lot of women attach that to emotion. A lot of people attach that to emotion.
To caring.
To caring.
But growing up, I realized women interpret I'm like, that's your interpretation
Of caring. That's not.
Like, that's not
Because
how, yeah.
I remember when I heard that from the person, it was after the situation was long done. But when I heard it, I remember going, bitch, you know how much I cared? I loved you so much. I tried everything. I'm just not a crier. It wasn't, I cried when I got home. I just can't cry in front of
just didn't
people.
cry in front of-
Like, it was,
She wanted to feel them tears.
I was holding
man.
my I was holding my
her
pillow.
Her friends was telling her about all the niggas that was crying on the phone.
He ain't cry. Girl, he don't love
He
you.
don't care that much.
He don't love you. I know.
He
Yo,
probably with that other.
I've had niggas cry for less. And I remember being like, bitch, I loved you. Like, but she, that was a thing. And it's like, when they said that, I was like, I'm not going with that.
No.
But in all actuality, my belief is that, and it's just based off the fact that he put out the video. He says he didn't, but this video got out faster than.
Yeah, I mean, it all makes sense now.
But
like,
yeah.
if all of a sudden we got a problem and then there's a random
That-
sex tape dropping
Because,
out, like,
to be honest, if this guy had this sex tape for so long, he didn't put it out.
I mean, maybe he saw troubled waters. It was like, let me throw a little wrench out there. Let me fuck some shit up.
Go ahead and help y'all niggas out. Here's a wrench. Good luck with that. Yo, you so fucked up.
Yo.
But yeah, you're right. I mean,
nah, I doubt he did
I
that.
honestly think it's Majah.
Yeah, I doubt he did that.
It seems it gives me Majah hype vibes. Because the same man that's gonna go out and call somebody the F word on live and do all that extra stuff mixed with then coming out and not apologizing, but then giving excuses. And the same guy doing that is the same guy that's gonna put out. And I think revenge porn is so corny.
Nah, like, come on.
It's so lame. And you know why it's the lamest to me? It's because you entrusted me with not only your vagina, but this video.
To me, like, just trying to publicly shame somebody that, like, you genuinely dated is so corny to me.
I think publicly shaming someone you didn't even genuinely
Yeah,
date.
I mean,
let's say you just got your dick sucked and you got a video off that.
Yeah. Oh, that's still corny. But
It's way more. Yeah, you're right. Yours
But
is a
I was
level.
just more
Yes,
so
leveling
thinking
up,
'cause they
leveling
dealt
up.
with
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah.
But, like, publicly shaming anybody is just, like, whack. Like, come on. It's one thing to, like, yo, you told your mans or one other, like, but try to throw the whole thing on like the whole internet to embarrass somebody, like, come on, bro.
And she's like,
to me, that's just like a huge, like,
she's-
insecurity
yeah,
sign right
yeah.
there.
She
Like,
said I have a kid, and I remember going, fuck. I don't know if she has a kid with him. I'm not sure. I know he.
yeah, I think she has her own. From what I was seeing on
Yeah,
his
she has her
live
own
today,
kid.
I think she has.
It's
a
like,
son.
bro, yo,
Yeah, he has one.
he has a kid. He has a daughter.
Okay.
I know he has a daughter because someone on Facebook that is very, very, I would say Caribbean popular, said that he posted, like she posted, she unfollowed him and then posted about the unfollow, right?
Mm.
And then he posted, he laughed at her post, and then what she did, which is, I'm not gonna lie, in Shade World, this was quite immaculate. She posted a picture of his daughter from his page, and then put a crying face on it. Like, so sad. And I was like, yikes, damn, nigga, that was childish, but I respect it because, to be real, I couldn't even see myself beating on a woman. Having a daughter, I was never much of a wife beater to begin with. I know I'm angry.
Have you had a wife before?
I mean, I've never been a girlfriend beater, a whore beater, a thought beater. I've never beat.
Do not beat no women.
I've never. I don't even like fighting men that are my size because I don't feel like I've only ever fought men that are bigger than me.
It's crazy that this is even like a conversation that like we need to have as people. You know?
Because there's so much unfair shit in their favor that works in their favor when it comes to, like, for instance, money or all that stuff, like the things women can get from just being beautiful, that men sometimes misconstrue the fact that, oh, well, you want equality, well, you should be able to take this punch too. Yeah, no, that's not the same, bro.
Nigga, when you have a second-grade education, that's all. I'm going to just assume that.
Bro, I would say
like,
major hype would fall under the second-grade education realm. And the reason why I say that is because whenever men get mad about, or uneducated men get mad about things that they're being called on and they're wrong, I feel like they have an emotional reaction instead of a thought-through reaction because they cannot justify what they did.
Yo, you just said something, and I'm just like, that's just such that whole, if you want equality, like, as a dude, like, I don't really compete with women. Like, I don't know, like, that's
I never
thing.
have.
I've dated women that make way more money than me. I didn't care. I've dated women that made way less money than me. I didn't care. It didn't matter to me.
Now, bro, the dude I sent you, Kevin, what the fuck is his name? I want to say his name because
I see a lot of like dudes that provide like a lot of like this ego argument.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, but you're a whole man at the end of the day. You know, like you got to bring something to the table. You know, you got to bring some form of something to the table.
I agree.
You know. So why am I competing with a girl? I got to bring something you're not doing.
His name is Kevin Samuels. Sorry. Yeah. But what you're saying is...
It's going to be a last point, by the way.
No, the reason why I say that to what you're saying, because I was listening to everything you were saying while I was looking. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying is the problem with competing is that we're competing in different realms.
Yeah.
We're not... I don't look to women, because he said this. He was like, men don't look to women for their money.
No,
we don't.
Some dudes.
Some,
the niggas that's getting them little cougars together, the PS5.
Listen,
the Cubans.
If that's what makes your life happy, whatever. But unless you're like making like, you know what I mean, Microsoft money, I don't see how your money is gonna affect. Even if you're making Microsoft money,
and I don't really expect for you to be giving me money. Like I just don't be expecting.
I don't have
shit
that expectation.
Like that. Yeah.
So it's like that's what he said. He said to this woman, it was crazy. He said, you're a middle-aged baby mama. Yeah. He said, and your body's bad, whatever, but...
He was like, you're average.
And you're average. He said, you, on air, admitted you're a 5. You admitted you're a 5. That means you're average at best. And you want above average. Unless you're making millions, you're not going to be able to cross that threshold. And he said, my advice to you is get therapy. My advice would have been either make millions or get therapy. And decide to learn to accept the realm you've lived in. I'm very big on, I spent a long time accepting the realm I lived in the sense of the fact that I always felt like I was like a regular guy and I can't do more and I could go with. But now I realize that I'm a regular guy in general, but there are things about me that are, I would like to believe, extraordinary. And I think that, and I've noticed that a lot of people take to these things. So therefore, I'm like, there's more I have to give, therefore I have to act accordingly. I realize that I'm not an ugly guy. I am well educated. Money-wise, I'm gonna be all right. Like I know your name is Talk Your Shit, but I'm about to talk my shit because the reality is, I realized that there was a lot of things I call
myself Talk Your Shit because I tell everybody, yo,
talk your shit. Know what I mean? Like, I respected that name. I gotta get a new name. But you know what I mean? These are the things I felt. It's like I felt like I'm more than mediocre based on what society and people in my experiences are telling me. So I should act accordingly and try to go in that direction. Thus, me doing this. Not us doing this, but me doing this. But I will say that Major Hype Boy, you're honestly our third and biggest L of the week because the reality is, bro.
The only nigga surpassing you right now. But me Nate Robinson. and that's just off because that shit is funny.
Nate Robinson tucked in on that floor in front of millions. You know, a lot of embarrassing moments happen to everybody, but not many of them happen in front of hundreds of millions of people.
Yo, Nate Robinson was wishing when he got up, he was home, son. He was like, yo, I do not want to stand up.
I think, yo, just pick me up. Pick my loose body up. Pick me up. Pick my corpse up.
Yo, you're going to have to cut off all mics because we're about to go on these Nate Robinson shows.
Nate Robinson looked like a Sleepy's commercial. Yo.
Yo, they got a whole strand of weed called the Nate Robinson right now.
Put you right to bed, my nigga.
Man.
Yo, but listen, guys, it's Common Folk. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, smash all of that, man. Guys, listen, we need you to like, we need you to subscribe, we need you to listen, we need you to view, and we out.